Hey guys, today I'll be installing this Dongar Technologies adapter plug behind the mirror on the Ram 1500. This is a 5th gen body style. My truck's a limited. So my first obstacle was how to remove this middle plate. Cannot find any instructions online or YouTube or anywhere to show how to remove this. This is ABS plastic. It's pretty rigid and solid, and I was afraid to break it. And did I break it? Sure enough, I broke one of the little tabs. You can see the tabs missing. So once it's up there, you can easily bring down the trim, and then it kind of floats there, and it's hard to put your finger behind it. So I wasn't sure if I could yank on it because everything was moving, but nothing was snapping out of place. I couldn't see the 4 tabs. So what I did is I put a little screwdriver in there. I tried prying it open, and eventually it did open, but I broke the tab. It's still functional without the tab. If same thing happens to you, you can easily replace it because there's a part number on there. I can't see this thing costing more than $10, 20 bucks at the most. Once I'm finished with the install, I'll put this back and I'll try to remove it again to see how easy it comes out so you can see it for yourself. For now, I don't want to mess with it in case I can't remove it. But to let you know, I put a little thin screwdriver there, and that's why I popped it out. All right, this other part, I just use one of these cell phone screen removers. You can use anything really. I want to use a screwdriver because it's metal, but literally just against the window, and eventually it came out already. Same thing on this side, and it's out. Once it's out, it slides out, it trims out of here. So you can see the inside. There's the holes. And once you put it in, I mean, you could literally force it out and it'll pop out. I just didn't know that. All right, so let's put this aside for now. The plug you need is this one right here behind the mirror. It's this one right there. You just squeeze the plug. Okay, sorry, it came out. Then you get the adapter. I'll get to the cables in a little bit. But here's the adapter, just a 10-pin connector, male, female, with a USB jumper out of there. I know it's a little tough plugging in the USB once it's in place, so let me open this up. All right, put it in there, it's done. Now the cables. This kit comes with 2 USB cables, comes with an 8-inch micro SD, and what seems to be a 1-footer USB-C. Now the camera that I'm installing is a little older, so it has a micro SD, which is USB-B, I believe. Newer cameras should have USB-C. I honestly prefer this connection, but I want to put the camera all the way on the corner of the window, and good thing I tested out, but this hits the trim, and you can't have the camera real close to the trim. So I ordered this side connector. And this worked best for me. If you do get a micro USB camera like this one, what I liked about this one is that this one is, if it zooms in, this one's diamond shaped, so you don't have to worry about left or right configurations. When I ordered, I didn't know which side I needed, and I accidentally found this one. Also, this one, coincidentally, is 2 feet. The cables seem to be either half a foot, 1 foot, 3 feet, 6, etc. And I think I needed about 1.5 feet. Extra is not too bad because you can always tuck it inside. It shouldn't be a problem. I don't think there's any interference, but I don't want it super long, and I think this one's going to work best. So I'm going to plug this in. So the male end goes where the other one you took out. Just like that, clicks, and then the old male plug goes inside the new one. That's it, it's in. So I'm gonna run the cable. I want it to come out, so 2 ways. I can make it come out of the existing hole and just route the cable like above here somewhere. Or I'm even thinking about drilling a little hole on the side and just have it, actually up here, and have the cable just sneak out of the side a little bit. Because I think it sits actually very flush. This sits very flush with the car. However, in the event I want to sell the truck, you know, I think I don't want to mess cutting this up. So for now, just for the installation purpose, I'm going to leave it out of the existing hole from the bottom of the mirror. All right, so I'm going to put the trim back in place. Try to do this with one hand. I'm using a cell phone because my GoPro, the frame rate seems to freeze up the video editing application. I'm not sure. I just reduced it to 30 today, but honestly, I don't know where to put the GoPro in anyway. So anyway, so the trim's in place. Here's the cable. Now, I don't need 2 feet of it. So I'll push this in there. All right, so I shoved a bunch of wires in there. I left a little bit hanging. I will put the camera on the window, test out the connection. But let me put that cover on that I mentioned I was going to do. All right, that's this cover with the 4 prongs. Let's see. All right, so you can see it went on very easy. And I don't see it jingling, so I'm going to leave it. So I think it's okay. Even though there's a broken foot on it, it seems to work. If you were to remove it, see, it's hard to put your fingers there. I honestly can't pull that out. So it looks like you will have to drop. You have to drop the housing. And there's a thunderstorm. All right, so I dropped the housing a little bit, and there's a lightning bolt. And then you can put your fingers in there, but see, it's still hard. So if you could yank on that, maybe put some sort of tool behind there and yank it down, you should be fine. I don't think it's going to break unless it's winter and it's 10 degrees outside. Then it might become too brittle and break. But for now, I'm going to leave it as is. All right. So for the camera, if you check out my other videos, I'll probably link it at the end of this video since there's nothing else related to the truck at the moment. I personally like this camera. 8men gave me this camera to review and test. I did buy the first one, and then they liked my video so much they sent me another one to make a commercial. However, I never made a commercial. I just didn't have time to edit it, and I tried it for a few times. It didn't work. Anyway, 8men got caught on Amazon paying people for reviews, etc. So now 8men doesn't exist. I don't know if this camera still exists on the 8men website. It was $150 at the time. There is a rear view camera attachment. I'm not going to attach the rear view camera here because I don't want to drop down the ceiling headliner and all that right now. I'm just interested on the front camera. 4K, not sure if it's 4K. It's pretty clear, but I want to say 1080. Their cameras don't seem to be what they actually say it is. So depending on how you mount your camera, remember, some of them unhook from the base. This one unhooks sideways. So keep that in mind when you mount it. Some of them unhook backwards. So if it's backwards, you can't put it really far up. Now, the reverse camera does mount at the top. So I can't put the camera all the way at the top like I wanted to. So I'm going to drop it down. Yes, you can see a little bit of sky, but it doesn't bother me. I'm tall, so actually I can't see the sky. So I'm going to leave it a little bit. Probably put it right here in the middle. So let's do this. Let me pause it for a second. All right, so I'm gonna put the camera. I already plugged it in. I can have the cable up or down. It doesn't really matter. So it seems that it might fit upwards, but since it's coming from the bottom, I'm gonna leave it the way it is. I'm gonna put it right closest to, so something like that. All right, so there's that. I'm gonna put the truck on a little bit on AC. All right, so I turned the truck on, the camera went on. It points to the front. Now the windshield, I noticed it's a little tilted at the top. So it looks like the camera's pointing a little bit to the left. But honestly, it's kind of, I see the whole hood in front of me. So I might catch like the left side of the highway. I do not want the camera in the middle down here. It's already just as far down as it is. On the right hand side, I have Easy Pass. So overall, I'm happy where it's at. I can always relocate it. I had to buy new tape. Nice and easy. The wire can be tucked away a little more. I can clean up the wire a little bit. I can either flip it upwards, hide it around the trim, and go down the middle, leave it the way it is, or like I said, I could drill a little hole on not in there, but on the edge of the window. For that, I will probably use a straight connection. No, I wouldn't, because it wouldn't go to the window. I'd probably use this, fold it down, curl it in. I might do that in the future if I keep the truck for a couple more years, but for now, I'm just gonna go right behind the window, and that's it. All right, so truck goes off. Oh, truck's off. Camera should go off. Truck's on. I wonder if the camera's on. Oh, the camera's still on. So if I turn the truck off, which is now, it should turn off. The battery's dead, so it's gonna die. There you go. You turn the truck on, and the camera goes on. And just in case you're wondering, I don't use the dimming feature. I never got used to the mirror being dark at night, so I was wondering if actually the camera would work even though the power's off, but it does seem to work. So I like this device for $30. It prevents you running wires all over the window console. You got to take all this trim apart, connect to the fuse box or to the cigarette lighter. There is a cigarette lighter up here, but then you would see the cable dangling. If you don't want to have it there, you probably have to take all this trim out and route it underneath the dashboard. To me, it's all unnecessary. A friend actually told me about this. Again, it's Dongar Technologies. It's on Amazon. Sometimes they're out of it. And that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to help you as best as I can. Have a good one. Thank you. Check out some other videos. I just got the truck recently, so I'll be doing some videos. I installed some mountain bike fork mounts to the rack splitter. I'll be editing that video soon, and I'll make some other videos regarding the truck, I guess, later. So check me out. All right, bye.